Hello, and welcome back to Caltrop Chronicles Halloween special, Strahd Must Die. We're still in part one, moving on to our second chapter of the Death House, where our heroes, questionably, were left in a small attic room with two small beds, a dollhouse on one side, a chest on the other, and two small skeletons laid neatly out in the middle of the floor, one arm folded across their chest, and the other interlocked with the hand of the skeleton beside it, wearing familiar clothes of the children that they left at the iron gate at the front of the death house. Welcome back.
So I don't know if we got a good view of this room besides the skeletons. Is there anything? I want to process the skeletons in a second, but is there anything indicative of going down like we were told by Rose and Thorn? Like any stairway back down besides where we just came from?
Not that you can see. All you can see are the beds, the dollhouse, the closed chest, and the bodies, or skeletons. And the stairs that you just came up, those wooden stairs, which in theory do go back down.
I'll check the skeletons just to see what's up. If there's anything of note on them outside of the clothing, like maybe they were holding something similar to the one downstairs or something like that.
Sure. As you go to check these skeletons, you reach out to move through their clothes, check their hands like the skeleton that you found of the adventurer in that other hidden room. You feel a rush of cold air pass through your chest. And everyone except for Wesley sees Rose and Thorn appear behind him, a little less tangible than you saw them outside the house. Rose looks around at all of you. Hello?
Are you
Hello.
Rose?
Yeah, I'm Rose. Who are you?
My name's Akora. I came to help.
Oh.
Gnigos walks forward and takes his hand and swings through the left-hand child.
You swing through the smaller of the two, and your hand passes straight through Thorn. You came to help because you were asked?
Yeah, something that looks like you is outside.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's... the house likes to play pretend. It sends for people. Sorry.
Akora's gonna look at the dollhouse that's in the room with us. Does it look like the house?
It looks exactly like the house. Thorn sees you turn toward it and kind of lights up. That's my dollhouse. I like to play with it sometimes. I have lots of dolls. Do you want to see them?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes to take your hand, and his hand passes through yours, but he continues on as if he's grabbed your hand and is leading you over to the dollhouse.
I'll
wanna.
follow and leave my hand in his, as if he is pulling me along.
I'll go behind Akora. I'm not necessarily. I don't necessarily want to be a part of this interaction, but I do want to get a closer look at that dollhouse.
Does anyone else approach the dollhouse?
I mean, it
Gnigos
seems
is
pretty relevant to what's happening, so I'll do the same thing as Wesley. Just stay back a bit.
Gnigos is totally uninterested in this interaction, and he starts on the other side of the room by the chest, and he's taken the butt of his axe, not the sharp end, and he's just tapping along the wall, looking for another bookcase, secret door, or something, and he's just working his way around the room, just ignoring the children.
Okay. Gnigos, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, and we'll come back to that in a moment. The group of you that's following Thorn and Akora to the dollhouse, Thorn sits down on his butt in front of the dollhouse, and he swings open the front of it. They fold open like two doors so you can see and access the inside. And inside are 4 dolls, one larger than all the rest, in half plate, carrying an axe. One about average height for a man. One with slightly pointed ears. And one shorter than the rest, with light hair, carrying a staff. All of which are faceless. And you see on the bottom floor of the dollhouse in a heap various dolls with mangled limbs, heads removed, scrapes and scratches across their arm, their little sewn armor, and gouges in the wood of them, of various adventuring types that look very similar to you. All of these do have faces in twisted masks of fear and pain and horror. But the 4 that look suspiciously like you remain faceless in the very top attic room, gathered around a tiny dollhouse.
Are these the only props within this dollhouse, or is it like a one? Like what I'm kind of looking for, what I'm specifically looking for. I'll just say, I want to see if there are suits of armor in the same landing area, and if one of them is crumpled.
It is a 1-for-1 replica of the house, and yes, one of the suits of armor is crumpled.
Okay.
Hey Thorn, this is really cool. Someone put a lot of work into this. You know, the thing outside, it told us to come here to find the stairs going down. Can you show me how to get there with this?
Yeah, but it's scary down there. There's bad stuff down there. Are you sure you want to go?
Yeah. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna make this house okay again.
That's what they always say.
Yeah, well, it wasn't these people saying it this time.
They say
We're gonna do it.
It's over here. And he goes and points between the 2 beds that mimic the 2 beds in this attic room, and touches the wall. Gnigos, what was your investigation check?
A nat 20.
Oh, perfect. As Thorn touches the wall of the dollhouse between the 2 beds, there's a small click, and the doors and the wall splits in half and pushes in. Gnigos, you give a very gentle tap in exactly the same place on the wall, the real wall that Thorn did. And in perfect tandem, the wall splits and pushes in with a low, creaking grind of stone against stone as you, Gnigos, open the doors to a long staircase descending into blackness. And Gnigos, on that nat 20, as the doors grind open and go silent again, you hear whispering. But not just whispering, you hear words. One must die. One must die. And the whispering goes quiet.
So Gnigos turns to the rest of the group. Hey! They say one must die. I'm gonna go make it happen. And starts down the stairs.
Ooh.
We don't really. All right, we can fulfill some prophecies. I was hoping. Okay.
Before I'm going to follow after Gnigos, but before I do I want to turn to Rose. Do you remember what happened to you and your brother?
They forgot us. Mommy and Daddy like to go down to the basement. And they did a lot of stuff down there, and it made a lot of noise, and Thorn didn't really like to go down because it was really loud and scary. And it smelled kind of like copper pieces a lot. And when food goes bad. But they never came back. And every time they went down, they always locked us up here so that we wouldn't get into trouble and get ourselves hurt. They never came back.
Copper pieces and rotten food, blood and decay.
Yeah.
I nod to Akora. Me and my friend, we're gonna make this house better.
Okay. Thorn's right, though. You're not the first ones to try.
Maybe we'll succeed.
I
We
hope
will.
so. The house calls people in, but something else calls people to the house. I hope that you're not like the rest.
I'll just kind of keep that in the back of my brain and follow after Gnigos and Leonard.
Bye. It was good to meet you. For real.
Bye. I'm
If
sorry
you see a
again.
dagger with my name on it, just, mail it back to where I live.
Okay. And you all descend down these long stairs. They are longer than the wooden stairs that led you from the second floor here. Longer than the first marble staircase as you descend 1 floor, 2 floors, and deeper still. And as you realize that you've been walking for longer than you anticipate, you feel the temperature of the air start to cool pretty dramatically, and the air grows thick and damp. Until finally you reach the bottom of the staircase and the room opens up. And the moment that Gnigos is the first person who walks down, your feet land on stone rather than the wood of the staircase. Oil lamps and candles flare to life and light up this massive room. There is a ledge that you stand on that encircles all 4 walls made of stone. There are 3 staircases, or 3 stairs about 6 to 10 stairs long, one in front of you and 2 opposite you in almost like a triangle, that lead down into a pit filled with dark, murky water, and at the center of the pit is a dais. And on the dais is a raised platform that seems a little like an altar, stained dark on the gray stone. And as you look with that nat 20 carrying over, you see faint outlines of humanoid shadows in cloaks, and you hear the whispering again. They all stand encircling this raised platform on the dais. One must die. One must die. One must die. And you all hear this as one by one you enter this altar room.
Do you think they mean Strahd?
Doubt it.
They seem pretty into their whole chant. Do any of these shadows, like, we can see them, right? Or was it?
Gnigos can see them. You all
Gnigos,
just
okay.
hear the voices.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then never mind.
So, there's like a monster down here. How do we find it before it finds us?
Gnigos shouts, Strahd, show yourself!
Gnigos, you see all of the shadows that at this point only you can see turn as if to look at you and fall silent.
I have no quarrel with any other than Strahd. Where is Strahd? Talking to the shades.
A few moments of silence pass before you get back an answer. Our dark lord and master thirsts. One must die.
Yeah, they're definitely not talking about Strahd.
Damn it.
Who do you think the one is?
Us.
A sacrifice?
Sacrifice. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. That's a lot.
Well, look at the room. It's spooky. There's an altar.
Yeah, look at the
There's
room. It's spooky.
probably
Altar.
bodies.
Okay. All
Did
right.
you see the lump of dead bodies in the dollhouse? This is where the dead bodies are. They were sacrificing people.
Right. But if they've sacrificed so many people and they need one to die, does that mean it needs to be a specific one? Because if so many people have already been sacrificed, is this a repeatable kind of ritual? We need more information is what I'm trying to get at.
I don't think we're gonna get it.
So what do we do?
Gnigos,
Just
what they
touch
telling
stuff
you?
until it breaks?
I was gonna say, I don't know if I feel like Gnigos isn't here.
Gnigos is checking the room, looking for doors. Are there other passageways in or out of this room? Gnigos is just not interested in these shades. They have nothing to say. They have no use to him.
All right, he's
How
gone.
far are you willing to go into this room, checking for doors and things?
Not into the water. He's walking around. I assume there's a flat area between where the water pit starts and the wall. Is that true? So
Yes,
can he walk around it without going in the water?
There's a raised kind of platform that encircles this pit of water that comes out from the wall. So it's like the water is sunk into a pit in the middle of the room with those 3 short stairs leading down into it at various points of the room.
And are there any doors or passageways In the walls,
Roll
out of the
me.
room?
Roll me either an investigation or perception, and let me know which one it is, and I'll tell you what you get.
Can I
Invest-
poke my staff through the water? Very shallow. Just kind of like disturbing the water a little.
Okay, I'm gonna finish with Gnigos first, and then we'll get to what happens when you do that.
Oh no.
18 investigation.
All right. You walk around the edge of this pit of water, and you see cobwebs. You do see some discarded bones. Nothing that makes a complete skeleton altogether, but you imagine the amount of bone fragments that you find. One, there are various sizes, so you can imagine they come from multiple sources, and there's definitely enough that there are complete skeletons scattered throughout here that were all together at one point. With your 18, you are the first to notice a bubbling just on the other side of the raised dais from where the rest of your party is. And this bubbling happens to begin just as Akora sinks her staff into the shallow water. As a large mouth opens up, water rushing away from it, multiple rows of serrated teeth leading down into what you can only assume is a throat, and multiple tentacles rise up around it. Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Damn it.
Oops.
Okay, less damn it. That's pretty awesome.
All right, 25 to 20.
Dirty 20.
Wait. You missed a bracket there. Above 25.
If there
Ooh.
now is the time for you to tell me.
27.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Nat 20 plus 3.
All right.
Incredible.
I was so proud with a nat 20 plus 2.
Hey,
I'm
oh my god.
Wow.
I'm somehow going last. What?
You are somehow going last, Akora.
We are on the jump with this.
We're all paranoid as fuck.
Yeah, we are on edge.
Well, I'm glad that the build-up really scared your characters enough to just go jumpy. All right.
Should I roll separately
So up-
for my familiar?
The
Yeah,
familiar
fuck.
goes on your turn.
Yes.
Oh,
It goes
okay.
right after you.
Oh, no, okay.
Awesome. Good to know, good to know.
That's how familiars work.
So, Leonard, you are up first. Wesley, you're on deck.
All right. Okay.
Let me.
Leonard is going to Leonard is going to pull out his sort of like oversized fencing sword. It's an S-stock. It's kind of like a rapier, but it's just bigger and heavier. And he's gonna wave his left hand around, and I'm gonna use my hex with my bonus action, malevolence, and just kind of get a sort of faint white glow forming around me. Raise my AC up to 20. Other martial bonuses provides me using charisma for attacks and such. Then with my action, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire and just kind of throw a ball of light I form in my hand and just kind of chuck it at the creature that just emerged from the dais?
The mouth.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of save are you asking from me?
It is a dex save, and if there happens to be anything else invisible, perhaps in the 20-foot radius, then they need to make dex saves against a DC. Fuck. Shit. What's my DC? I'm so sorry. Our proficiency bonus is +4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
They need to be to 17 then.
All right, it fails.
Okay, then for the duration while I am
Gonna
concentrating, we have advantage on attacks again. And it's also, Dick can't really go invisible because we'll see where it is.
All right. Is
And
that
then I'm
your
just
turn?
gonna kind of circle around the sort of outer lip, I guess. Get to somewhere else in the room, like to the right side of the room, and then I'll end my turn. I guess I'll just shout an order over to Patsy, like, "Hey, be safe."
Okay. Wesley, you're up. Gnigos, you're on deck.
I'm gonna walk forward, and I am going to toss a bomb at this creature that has just emerged. It's right in my range. 18 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Awesome. And I am going to prime this one to add an extra 2d10. (15 plus 4, 19 fire damage to this creature as Wesley uncorks one of these casks and tosses this kind of glowing red liquid spilling out of it at this thing, and just covers it and immediately ignites. And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna throw another bomb.
Vibes.
That one is a dirty 20 to hit, and 12 fire damage on top of that one.
All right. Okay, and that brings us to Gnigos with Akora on deck. Gnigos.
Alright, Gnigos sees all this magic and explosions, and he's just gonna take his movement and bring himself to still out of the water, but here now within, I believe, 30 feet. So just at 30 feet distance, and then he's going to cast Shield of Faith. Take as a bonus action, and toss a javelin. How about that? Just 17 on the javelin.
Just barely misses.
Was that with advantage?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, let me do that again then.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know I could. I forgot I could have been getting advantage on my shit.
Guys, I spent a spell slot on you.
So 16. No, it's still 17. 17 with the advantage.
All right, misses. Akora.
As I have just recalled, I can run across liquids. As long as I don't stop moving. I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to run. I initially have 50 feet of movement, so I'm going to get myself all the way across the room, essentially across from Gnigos. So we're face to face with this thing between us, which leaves me with, I believe, another like 35 feet of movement. Once I'm done, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Akora flips her staff, slips it behind her, and both of her hands come up and push out. And I'm going to use my Radiant Sunbolt. It has a range of 30 feet. And I'm going to try to hit it with just pure sunlight from my hands. Nice. That's a nat 18 for a something big.
It hits.
Amazing. Okay, so it's a 22. So I am doing, wait for it, 1d6 plus 4. Oh, amazing. 6. So 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I'll already use my bonus action. So I'll expend another key point, and I'll make the attack again.
All right.
Okay, that's 14 plus 4 is 18.
It hits.
Okay. That's another 6 points of radiant damage.
All
And
right.
then I'll just vibe over here. And actually, I'm going to dip further away. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to just scoot further away and closer to Leonard.
It's not so much that the maw itself moves, but bubbling begins much closer to where you all started as a large tentacle bursts through the water, just about equidistant from where between Akora and Leonard, and it goes and lashes out at Akora. It's gonna make one attack against Akora.
Hits. Yes.
All right. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
I would love to. 24.
24. All right, you beat the strength saving throw, but you do take 21 points of piercing damage.
Holy fuck. Okay, cool.
As the end of the tentacle you find is serrated as it attempts to wrap around you. You manage to break out of it, push it free, but it does drag and catch long, deep, jagged marks over your skin.
Ouchie.
Gee, indeed.
It will then turn and make a second attack against Leonard. It misses. Great. All right, and that brings us back to Leonard.
Damn, I was hoping the guy would move. Shit.
Can I just ask, did anybody move? Are the shades still where they are?
The
Have they
shades
done
are
anything?
still where they are.
And they haven't reacted?
They have not reacted at all.
Okay.
And do we get a feeling of... So there's this thing. We can see a big old mouth. Like, how wide across is the mouth?
It's maybe 10 feet across.
10 feet across.
It's very large.
Okay. And then we can see a tentacle, like how... What's the radius of the tentacle at its widest point?
At its widest point, I don't know, maybe about this big.
Okay. Okay.
The one that made the attack came up in the water in between where to the right side where Akora and Leonard are, there are a couple tentacles just sort of like swaying around it. You get the sense just from the way that it moved. The mouth itself is stationary. The way that it moves is by lifting up tentacles, would be mechanically what its movement is.
When you raised your hands, my mind immediately went to the size of a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
Yeah, just a meat
just
sandwich
like, yeah,
tentacle.
a good handful of tentacle.
Okay.
Hate that.
Well, then a tentacle is near.
There's a tentacle about here, in between you guys, equidistant.
Right. Okay.
Your tentacle has stayed up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. Then I'm going to, somewhat unprepared to fence a tentacle, I'm going to strike and slash at it with my stock.
All right.
And if it's part of the maw, so that means I have advantage on it because it's very fired.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll to attack with triple advantage because I have elven accuracy. So it's either a... Okay. How's a 28?
Hits.
Beautiful.
Great.
Cool. I guess I'll just make both attacks on it. Okay, the second one was a nat 20.
Great.
And I'm gonna... I'll roll the first one without any extra on it. So it's gonna take 12 piercing damage.
All right. Magical
then-
piercing damage or regular?
Regular piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the second one, the crit, I'm gonna burn a smite on it. Just a first level. Is it undead or a fiend?
It is neither.
Okay. Then it is just going to take 22 slashing damage and 10 radiant damage.
Okay.
Swipe around with the first time, and then stab into the tentacle with a glowing white piercing spike, and then I will bonus action cackle, or in this case just do a ha-ha and extend my malevolence hex, and just kind of see if I can keep the tentacle on me.
Beautiful.
I guess I'll just send Patsy to go and give the help action to Akora. Patsy's right there, squawking along with you.
Incredible.
What a gift.
Wesley, that brings us to you.
Okay, after seeing Akora and Leonard get fucking slashed by this shit, Akora, don't be reckless, be careful, and I'm going to take another cask off of my bandolier and toss one at Akora. Actually, you're a willing creature, would you say? Okay, awesome. Then I don't need to roll to hit for this. I'm going to toss a cask at you, and you get nice roll. You get 25 temporary hit points. As you're covered in like a hand sanitizer consistency type gel.
It's
like
goop?
a kind. It's goop. It's fine. It's good goop. and I'll shout to Gnigos. Gnigos, same advice goes to you. Stay sharp, and I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
Nice. And that, in fact, brings us to Gnigos.
Once again, Gnigos is not stupid. He is just very direct. So give me a lay of, we just have one tentacle out. Where you said there were some others. Can you locate the other tentacles?
They're just within the immediate radius and vicinity of the maw itself. So it would be like if you go to hit the maw, you would hit these same tentacles. Okay. Then the other thing that you can hit that is separate is that singular tentacle that is near Akora and Leonard that has attacked them each once.
Okay. So the battlefield has changed. Can you guys see me measure stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he skids to a halt right at that top step, and turns about and runs 30 feet here, then dashes another 30 feet. He realizes he's in the wrong place here, and then he misty steps.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
To here. That's as far, well, let's do it half here. To 25 here to here, so oops. And let me see. I've used my bonus action. So that's it. That's the end of my turn, and prepares to as a blocker. He's gonna fight off the tentacles.
So Gnigos sees that things have changed, sees that this maw is stationary, but it does seem to pop up easier to hit targets where it needs to be, skids to a halt, runs the rim of this sunken pit, comes right next to you, Wesley. The moment that you see him appear next to you, he blinks out and reappears on your other side, closer to Leonard. And you see him kind of hunker down and get ready to throw himself into the fray. Akora, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm covered in goop and I have a bird friend. Cool. She goes, yeah, I got it! And then jumps into the water. I have to be close, is the problem. I have to punch it.
That's why I gave you 10 hit points.
It's amazing. Thank you for your assistance.
That's why Patsy is helping you.
Mm-hmm. So she's just going to leap into the water in front of this tentacle and put up her hands, and I'm going to start punching things. So I think what I'm going to do... I can just... That's a ranged attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a singular punch. I'm going to punch it again. I'm going to punch. I'm going to flurry of blows. Mm-hmm. Punch it again. And then I'm going to send a wild sunbolt towards the maw. And, divide my damage a little. So, 3 attacks total. 1 key point included. Punch 1. Hits. Punch 2. Oh, wait. No! Awesome. Okay, so punch 1 definitely hits. Okay. Punch 2. Hits. I think. It's a dirty 20.
Yep.
Sweet. And then Sunbolt. 16?
Misses.
Damn. There it goes. Okay. That's okay.
Give me Bardic Inspiration next.
Amazing. That's okay. Okay.
What?
7 plus 4 is 11 points of radiant damage to this tentacle. No, sorry, not radiant. That's bludgeoning damage. It is considered magical for the purposes of overcoming resistances.
Okay.
Because I punch cool.
All right. Which brings us to its turn.
And I say that Gnigos now has completely changed his point of view on these other members of his party.
Hell yeah.
He was very disappointed. just not expecting anything from this little girl, from this guy with the funny, the elf. and then this other guy who just talks and talks and talks. Oh my god! And then he sees the elf, can fight. The recognizes a cleric, okay, and then this little girl has got some shit. Okay, this is going to be fun.
And you see the party forming. Yay!
We love it.
Well, with that, there is something right up in the tentacle's face. It will make another attack on Akora. So its first attack will go to Akora.
I should have patient defense. I forgot.
Ooh, definitely hits.
Fuck. Hit me.
Is 18 points of piercing damage. Make me another con save, please. Or make me a con save. Your last one was a strength.
Yes. Okay, a con save. Only +3. Ooh. 15.
Unfortunately, you don't make the con save.
Am I about to be poisoned?
You are about to be poisoned.
I cannot be poisoned.
Okay, you still do take 20 points of poison damage.
Okay, that I do take. I am immune to the poison condition because monk shit.
All right, its second attack, Leonard dealt it quite a bit of damage. So it lashes out, and where it had like barbs on the side of it that it tried to wrap Akora up in the first time, and that was what scratched you. On the very tip of it, it has a stinger, and this time it goes and it lashes at you with a sharp prick and stings you. It whips around and does the same move it tried to do on you on Leonard and tries to wrap Leonard up. It is a 26 to hit you, Leonard.
Oh man, shield can't even help me.
Yep.
It's like a knife tentacle. It's like a tentacle holding knives. Like a lot of them. It hurts.
Go ahead and roll me a strength save.
Ooh yeah, I'm so good at those. Oh yeah.
Hen, I have you're within 10 feet of me, is that correct?
Ooh.
Yes, Leonard is within 10 feet of you, just barely.
And so, aura of protection, bonus to all saving throws, charisma modifier +3. Is that my charisma modifier?
Yes.
Yours.
Okay, so that's...
I failed.
So because you fail the strength save, it does sink its spikes into you and drags you. So the tentacle goes back to its maw with Leonard, and Leonard is swallowed into the maw.
Swallowed?
Leonard, you are blinded, but you still are able to take a turn from within this monster.
We lose sight of him, though.
You do lose sight of him. Damn. But Leonard still gets a full turn within the maw to do whatever he would like to do.
All right, so here's a question.
Mm-hmm. We'll just put you back there.
So, I'm looking at the description of Fairy Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it says any attack roll against an affected creature has an advantage if I can see it. So I can't see it, even though I'm inside of it.
I will rule you're blinded in the sense that you can't see out of it, like you can't see what's going on. You're in it. I'm not sure that you can't see the inside of its throat. So we'll rule that you can see it.
Okay. So I can attack.
Yes.
Not
you can
really
attack
as
with
normal, but
advantage.
like.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Elven accuracy, I got another nat 20.
Beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
So that's neat. I guess I'm just gonna attack again, along with it. Just barely, not another one. That's a regular hit on the second attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna up the voltage, and smite with a second level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
Bro's gonna take. All right, so the first one he's gonna take 23 piercing damage and 29 radiant damage from the inside.
Okay.
And then second attack, I'm just gonna make it normal. And he's gonna take 11 piercing damage.
All right. So you all can't see what Leonard is doing. You do see a glowing light emanating from inside the mouth of this creature. And then you see all the tentacles around it begin to shake. And Leonard is regurgitated onto the dais.
Awesome.
Covered in
Amazing.
slime and acid and goo.
Goo?
I felt
how is-
worse.
But you've looked better.
Thank you so much, friend. That makes me want to cackle with joy. And I'm gonna cackle as a bonus action.
Or an elf. How's the creature looking in terms of damage?
The
It's been a
creature
lot of
is
damage.
looking bloodied. So you all go ahead, everyone roll me a perception check at this moment.
Can I forgo a perception check on the creature to get a perception check on Leonard? On like how he's doing damage wise.
He did just
I don't care about this thing. I want to make sure the guy who just got swallowed isn't gonna die.
All
Did I
right,
take any other damage while getting swallowed?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a delayed damage that you, by turn order, were saved. So those of you who are doing a perception check on the monster itself, easy check, fairly easy check, 10. If you got above a 10, you notice that whatever damage was being dealt to the tentacle seems to have affected the creature itself as well.
Good.
So should the tentacle or a tentacle come back near you and you continue to fight that, it will continue to affect the creature at large. What was your perception check on Leonard, Wesley?
13. You bloodied?
Not even close.
Okay. Cool.
I'm pretty, for a skinny elf man, I look like I've got good solid musculature.
Sure.
You can
Good.
take a couple hits. All right, Wesley, it is your turn. Oh,
I
Leonard, do you
still
more?
have movement, and I'm going to just
Look
kind
like
of
a nothing here.
get off the altar, you know? I don't really want to be the one that has to die, you know? Kind of looking to avoid that. I'm not exactly a martyr for my order or anything. So I guess do I have to swim away, or can I like wade through the water? Is it
You
like
can
difficult
wade
terrain?
through it. Wading or swimming within the water, it would be difficult terrain.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will get just about to where the stairs are in the back of the room. And then I'm going to have Patsy return to me. Hey, Patsy! Come back! Help me out here! And have Patsy give me the help action.
Good vibes.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Now, Wesley, it is your turn. What a good sign.
Yeah, indeed.
This is going really well for you.
Is there a check that I can make to see the danger that would incur to me if I stepped into this water?
You can make let's call it a flat wisdom.
Okay.
You can do wisdom or arcana.
I'll do Arcana because I'm infinitely better at that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's a dirty 20.
All right. So Akora has walked on the water, and Leonard has waded through the water at this point, and nothing beyond what has been happening by the tentacle and the maw attacking your friends has happened extra to them.
Okay.
It feels like you don't sense any magical or arcane aura coming off of this water, and it doesn't seem like there's anything about the water itself aside from awakening this thing the first time the water was disturbed that would harm you.
Okay, chill. Awesome. Well, then I'm gonna move in a little bit to get closer to Akora, and then I'm going to, throw bombs, I suppose. That is a 25 to hit.
Hits.
And I'm gonna prime this one and add a few reagent die to hopefully do some major damage. Okay, that is 45 fire damage.
Oh,
And bonus action, gonna throw another bomb. Nat 20 on that attack roll.
wow.
Fuck, wish I could have gotten a nat 20 on the actual damage roll. That would have been nice. Oh, and I forgot to add my intelligence mod. So actually, the last one was 49 damage. This is 22 more fire damage, so 71 in total.
Nice.
Okay. This thing is looking hurt. These glass vials explode and shatter, and you see parts of its flesh begin to alight and burn and char. It's looking rough. Gnigos, it is your go.
Okay. This is terribly embarrassing. Professionally, personally, morally. Where's the nearest tentacle?
I would say because there are multiple around it, there's a few kind of chillin'. I'll move one of them. Probably the closest one would be to the side of the dais, about halfway toward between front and back of it, if that makes sense.
Okay, so where you put the...
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, Misty Step, then run through the water. He's got to hit something. He's got to
I
hit
believe
something.
in you.
And takes an attack here. Okay, that's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
And that's a 15.
15 damage.
15 damage. Wait, I'm not done. I'm just write it down. 15 damage.
What kind?
And then now I'm going to do a divine smite.
Okay, what kind was the 15? Was it
Slashing.
Okay.
And this is not undead, so that's okay. And another 15 from the divine smite.
Okay.
And I use my bonus action to get there. So, yeah, no, I can't. I gotta stay right there. That's it.
Do you
Me and
have
Miss
extra
Temperature.
attack at this point?
And then I do have an extra attack. That's right. I didn't take that. Yeah. So attack again, a nat 1.
Oh.
So
Did you
he
roll
goes.
with
And
advantage?
this is it. This is it. He's going to grapple this thing and goes to attempt to grab onto it and to hammer it. Like he rolls a nat 1.
So you go to grapple it, and it's small enough that you are able to get your arms around it, but because of the barbs sticking out of it, you can't quite get a one-armed grasp enough to still the thrashing to get a good second attack off. Akora, that brings us to you.
Okie dokie. This little freak is gonna jump out of the water to be back on solid surface to kind of like bounce a little, and then she's gonna run across the water so that she doesn't have disadvantage on her movement or impaired movement. Is gonna get in front of Leonard and is gonna go big or go home. And is gonna clap and spread her hands, and I'm gonna use 2 key points to I'm going to use a lot of key points to upcast. So I'm going to use 2 key points initially to cast Burning Hands using Searing Strike. And then I'm going to upcast it 3 levels, and we're going to make it a 5th level Burning Hands.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're
It's a
just going for
15-foot
broke
cone.
here.
It's a 15-foot cone too, so it should get both the tentacle and the maw. We're just going for broke. Okay. At advantage, because of Fairy Fire, that's math 19.
Hits.
Okay, so that is so many d8. Hold up. Burning Hands, upcast by 3 levels. Because I think it's initially 3d8? 3d6. And then upcast by 3 spell slots is another 3d6. So 6d6.
Almost got a fireball.
It has to make... Right? It has to make a dexterity save. If it fails, it takes the full damage. If it succeeds, it takes half damage. So actually, It wasn't an attack roll. Apologies.
Alright, what's the DC it's trying to beat?
Benji's DC is 15.
It gets a 17 on its save.
Okay, so it takes half. Is 6, 7, 12, 18, 4 is 22, so 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then there's so many key points. And then I'm just gonna bonk it. Wait. I'm going to expend my Spell Rot Tattoo, which is a blinding smite. When I make it, I'm gonna bonk it with my stick, and if I bonk it successfully, then I get to blinding smite it.
Okay.
I want this to be over. One of those is a nat 1, so that's actually an 18.
Meets it.
I'm gonna bonk it. Okay, where are my d8s? There's too many dice out here. Okay, so that's 3d8 of radiant plus a d8 of stick damage. 10. Plus 2 is 12. Plus 1 is 13, so 12 points of radiant damage, 1 point of bludgeoning, and it has to make a Constitution saving throw or be blinded.
I'm sorry, repeat. It takes 12 points of radiant and 1 point. Okay.
Hey, Sam, pardon? What was that?
Yeah, pardon me?
Sorry, one more time.
Are you telling me it says 13 hit points and it's fucking resistant to bludgeoning? I'm gonna be so mad.
Alright.
Yeah, so tattoos across Akora's fists that are shaped like the sun glow as she makes this hit. And the tattoo, I guess, goes dormant after that.
All right. This thing is barely alive. It is twitching and thrashing.
God damn
And
it.
It has one hit
All
point.
collectively nuked it, and it's still alive.
Final death throes. It makes its final 2 attacks. Its active tentacle is right next to Gnigos. It's gonna go ahead and make an attack on Gnigos. Uh, 22 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead and make me a
Ouch.
strength save.
Wait, is it blinded?
Oh, it is. It takes it at disadvantage. You're right.
Ah!
Oh, even better. So
Damn it.
unfortunately, it makes it.
Okay, so you want a strength save?
Yeah.
Okay.
It all comes down to Leonard. Leonard, you just have to hit probably one hit point.
Once.
16 saving throw.
Meets it, beats it. You do not get swallowed. You do, however, take 22 points of piercing damage as it tries for a final time to wrap you up in its tentacle. Its serrated barbs rip at your thick skin, but it cannot get a hold of you in its final twitching and clawing at life. It makes a final attack on Akora. One of the tentacles that have been swirling around its maw darts out to sting at you.
Rude.
19.
Hits.
All right.
I'd egg it on, but I'm not the one being attacked.
Bitch.
20 points of piercing damage, and make me a con save.
Is it to be poisoned?
It is, but you still take the poison damage.
That's right. Okay. And it's a what save?
A con save.
And is she's within 10 feet of me or no?
No, she's not.
So just out.
Bummer, because that's only a 13.
Boo.
You fail and take 23 poison damage.
I have a single hit point.
Oof.
I have a single hit point.
Hey, you're alive. That basically means you're at full.
Leonard, it is your turn as a deafening, pained roar echoes through this chamber. What do you do?
All right. I'm gonna make my attacks first and then describe how I attack, I guess.
Wouldn't it be funny if you missed both? I'll laugh.
Bro,
that's
so
so
hard.
mean.
Hey, it's possible. I have triple advantage on 2 attacks. What could possibly go wrong? My entire desk is made of wood. Okay.
I was gonna say, don't tempt fate like that. That'd be dumb.
Shut the fuck up, Fate. I got this. Game easy. Here we go. Dan, if I picked the other feet, that would have been a crit. All right, so that's a 28.
Hits.
I'll just see if the second attack is a crit, because just in case. Damn, it isn't. But it also hits. And I will go ahead and bring out my S-Doc to do a good old 9 piercing damage.
How do you do this?
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna look at this tentacle shark monster thing. I don't know if you can understand me. Sit down, please.
Phil was
Gonna-
grappling. But just do something.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna kind of give it a nice. Boop.
Little stabby stab. With another deafening roar, it shakes and the whole room shakes with it as the tentacle grappling with Gnigos falls limp and splashes hard into the water. The tentacle that had just stung Akora does the same, and the maw sinks about 4 inches into this water and goes still. I want you all immediately to make me a dex saving throw.
Me too?
Akora like
Everybody.
sways.
I'm so far away.
Everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I
Gnigos,
assume-
you still have Bardic Inspiration, depending on what you got on this, just so you know.
So 16. Pretty good.
The saving throw was 16.
Oh thank God.
Ah, well.
Below a 16, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the whole room shakes and several stones from the ceiling crack and fall. And the house begins to crumble around you.
Fuck.
I should have taken Dimension Door. Whoops.
Do we have a second to do stuff?
If you'd like.
Okay.
It's not collapsed, it is actively collapsing.
Heard that. I'll yell to Akora, get to me, quick.
She like sways real hard and goes, "Yeah, coming," and I'll like dart for wherever Wesley's voice is. I think she's seeing double at this point.
And as soon as she's in touch range, I'm gonna dump a 2nd level cure wounds on you. That is 12 hit points.
13's better than 1, baby. Okay.
Okay, so Gnigos is grappling with the thing. It goes limp. He goes right under, just flat under, and then just comes up. Gnigos hates water. He sinks like that's why he didn't go through the water until he had
It's so
had
fair.
to. He hates that. So he comes up and just has not acquitted himself well. Looks around, everything's falling down, and only one door, right? That's we've established that there's
Yes.
there's only the one entrance.
Back up the stairs.
Back up the stairs. He's not gonna lead this time. So he runs up as far as he can go. Whatever. Just gets him to the base of those stairs, and then just dashes as far as the top and turns to see if anybody else is coming with him. Before he's not going to abandon.
I'm sure I'll see you all outside, right? Yeah?
Yeah,
I have faith.
go.
Are you not
All right.
coming?
Oh, no, I just wanted to break it to you.
Let's
that
go.
I can't help you. I'm just gonna, dash for a little faster than most people. Just a little bit.
As soon as people are crossing the threshold of this entryway, I'm gonna clasp my hands together as a thin gray mist comes out from between my hands, and I'm gonna cast aid on everyone once they're in range. Hopefully, increasing max hit points by 5, and also giving you guys 5 more hit points as we are on our way out.
Cool.
All right. So the way that we're going to do this is by rounds. I will ask you each round if there is anything aside from movement and dashing that you want to do, and we will make checks on your rounds to see what's happening as the building is coming down around you. So we've just done our first round. This second round, as you get to the top of the stairs and you get back into the attic room with the children, is there anything that you want to do?
I want to grab my doll from the dollhouse.
All right.
And then I'm fucking booking it. I got fucking 50 feet of movement. Fuck this place.
I'm still trying to focus on making sure people get out of here alive. I have a greater potion of healing on me, and I'm gonna use I'm gonna use my potion toss ability, so Akora does not have to consume it, and I can just throw it at her, and you get the benefits of a greater healing potion on my turn, which I don't have the stats for right now.
All right, while you figure that out, is there anything that Leonard or Gnigos are doing aside from running?
So Akora's not lagging because she's so injured. She's keeping up with all of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm way faster than all of you. I have like 100 feet of movement if I move and dash.
Another 11 hit points,
So imagine
Haelley.
Gnigos now is...
God bless.
So Gnigos is now bringing up the rear because of all the things he is not fast. So he's running up as fast as he can. So yeah, no, nothing, just,
Leonard?
I
dash.
am going to see Akora moving at light speed and think, psh, ha! And I'm going to cast haste on myself. So my movement speed is 70 feet. And I am going to, with my second action, dash, so I can move 105 feet on this turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to follow in Akora's footsteps, see the doll grab, and just think, yeah, that seems smart. And just kind of grab all of our dolls, us 4 faceless dolls, and then just kind of book it down the stairs from the attic.
All right, I want a dex check, DC 16 from all of you again. Okay. Anyone who fails takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage as more of the stone of the house crumbles around you. Leonard, with your haste, you are pulling ahead of Akora unless you're choosing to stay behind her for any reason.
I'll go ahead.
Okay. Leonard, you go ahead, you hit the upper landing, or you hit that secret room first that leads into the library and leads out into the upper landing with the suits of armor. Akora, you are next, followed by Wesley, followed by Gnigos. Is there anything on this landing and this floor that you want to do before you head down the stairs again?
No.
Dash twice for 140.
Okay.
Out.
I have a shenanigans question.
All right.
So with the combination of Master Thrower, my feat, which allows me to throw things as a bonus action as well, and the fact that I have teleportation bombs, could I travel 90 feet? Use it, because I can travel 30 feet with each teleportation bomb I throw. And then my 30 feet of movement that I have not been using because I'm just traveling, throwing bombs. Would that equate to 90 feet of movement?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'll say is my movement for the remainder of this, barring I do anything else.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Leonard, you skip the second floor, so you will only have one more check to make before you're out the door.
Cool, because I've been failing all of them.
Wesley, you are on the stairs of that second floor in front of Akora. She's just behind you, but she has fallen behind you because you're able to move so quickly at this point. Gnigos, you're bringing up the rear. So everyone but Leonard, make me another Dex DC 16. If you fail, you get 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm just gonna assume at this point that at some point Patsy got fucking crushed by a giant rock.
If you've been failing the checks, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
And what die is your bardic?
D6 currently.
I thought it was a D8 at level 10.
I'm not a full level 10 bard.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right, we are on the ground floor. Leonard, you're going to take this check just as you're passing the threshold. Wesley, Gnigos, and Akora, are you doing anything on this final floor before you run out?
I think seeing Leonard and Wesley pull ahead, she's gonna look back knowing that Gnigos is behind her and is gonna wait at the door with kind of like her hand outstretched waiting for him. Like, come on, we're gonna go kill Strahd.
And Gnigos has been doing his Missy Step for the extra 30 feet along, so he's not that far behind. But so if he can see his way out, he's out. Either way, or runs, he's running.
All right, so this final time, Leonard, just as you're crossing the threshold, you're going to make this check. Wesley, you're going to make this check. Gnigos, you're going to make this check. Akora, you're going to make this check.
Finally.
Ooh, not good.
If you don't beat the
Failed one.
16, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Leonard, you're out the door. Shortly behind you is Wesley. Gnigos, you pass Akora, who has... Oh.
One teleportation bomb. Wesley goes. As he's throwing the next one, a rafter catches him in the back. I go down.
Ooh, I am grabbing him.
All right. So Akora is struggling to drag Wesley's body out.
Yes.
So where's Gnigos?
Gnigos, you are like neck and neck with Akora, so you would be there where Wesley falls.
So I'll take over Wesley. I got
Oh, yeah.
20. So.
I got
Right,
12. Please
Akora
take him.
passes Wesley off to Gnigos. Wesley is unconscious. Gnigos with Wesley in hand passes through the gates. So Leonard, you see Gnigos rush out with a limp body in his arms. Akora, you go to pass through the double doors, and before you can cross, you feel that same cold hand reach for yours that you felt on the way to the dollhouse. And you turn and you see Thorn standing looking at you. I'm scared.
We killed the monster.
But everything's shaking.
Yeah. Do you want to come with me?
Okay. And as you turn back toward the door, you see a solid Thorn standing on the other side of the doorway and closes the door in your face. You all see the doors swing shut and don't see a Thorn closing the door, but you do see the doors shut with Akora on the inside of the death house. But you have an unconscious Wesley in Gnigos' arms. Wesley, make me a death save.
Are we saying? I don't think we've had a death save in Caltrop Chronicles yet. Are we saying?
DM it to me.
Okay.
So,
You're definitely a healer, aren't you? Totally.
So flops him down, looks back, sees the door close, and the first reaction, Gnigos' first reaction is to go back to the door, unlimbering his axe, and to attack the door.
You swing back, hit the door, your axe sinks into the thick wood of the door. It doesn't splinter open, but it does splinter in some way.
So I'll hit it again.
All right, I will say rather than rolling over and over, because you're going to hit the door pretty much every time, You
Okay.
keep hitting it until the door, and I assume that Leonard casts Spare the Dying at this point.
Yeah, I just kind of rub my hands and defibrillator Wesley with some not so light magic until it looks like his heart is like kind of beating.
All right, Wesley is unconscious but stable. Gnigos, you hit the door until the latch manages to pop from the force. The doors swing in, and there's nothing but dust and unlit sconces on the wall that this time do not alight the way they did when the house welcomed you in. And Akora, you watch the doors pop open and see grayed out spectral images of your new friends looking through you. And that is where we're going to end chapter 2 of Death House.
Oh, no. I'm a ghost.
Gosh,
Thank you
doodle.
everybody so much for watching. I've been Samara as your GM, and this has been part 1 of Strahd Must Die, the Death House. We'll see you next week.
I'm ready to rumble.
Not his voice.
Sorry,
Woo.
excuse me. I'm ready to rumble.